Daytime naps. How many hours did you sleep last night? Did you sleep well? Sleep enough? What do you think? It's a simple question, isn't it? Considering that a human being should rest at least 8 hours during the night, have you ever wondered if there could be or what would be the consequences of not having a quality night's sleep? How does lack of sleep affect our body? Do you really know? How much sleep does a person need? Answer these questions are really important for us because we are living in an age of sleep people. Really. And we need to be more concerned with that. The amount of sleep a person needs depends on their age. For example, a child between ages of 6 and 13 needs between 9 and 11 hours of sleep at night. Teenagers, for example, need up to 10 hours. And an adult should be getting between 7 and 9 hours. And older adults only need between 7 and 8 hours. Now let me present you some consequences of lack of sleep. In a short term, firstly, some effects of sleep less could be our judgment could be affected, our mood, our ability to retain information can be affected by sleeplessness. We are going to put ourselves at risk for injury, for example, and also put others at risk when we are tired. How many of you guys drive? Do you know exactly how much percent of people could getting injury, about, for example, accidents related to sleep drivers? Hopefully 20% of people usually get hurt or injuries from motor vehicle accidents. In the long term, as I stated over here, for example, when you sleep less than 6 hours a day, we're going to increase risks such as cancer, obesity, weak immunity system, risk of heart disease, increased pressure, and then, therefore, risk of death. A lack of sleep is bad for our health. Some problems could show up later, maybe. Know for that reason, we must disregard the importance of sleeping at least 7 and 8 hours per day. Sleep plays a vital role in our function body, for example, in your body and our brain. Minor sleep deprivation may sound like a trivial problem, but it is not. Even a small lack of sleep can accumulate over time and have serious consequences on our health. One reason for this is because chronic sleep deprivation is associated with increased activity of our sympathetic nervous system. It is beneficial when we are exercising at the gym, for example, or try to catch a bus, to catch a bus, but constant activation puts our body under chronic stress, can affect our metabolism, and cause us to have chronic systematic inflammation on our bodies. How about us students? Some students have reported that not sleeping properly had causing them a harder time remembering things they learned before, for example, leaving them not as well equipped to solve complicated problems. They were feeling more stressed, angry, sad, and mentally exhausted. College is a time of intellectual growth and development as young adults. Transition from adolescence to adulthood. Students need to maximize their learning, academic, and personal growth. Sleeplessness from any cause can compromise these goals through an impact on learning, memory, grades, perception, on effort, driving performance and mood. Have you ever heard about daytime nap? What do you think about it? Daytime nap could be the solution. I know it sounds crazy. How can we suppose to sleep during the day or get a nap time? Maybe some sounds like impossible, but what I'm trying to say is we can sleep at least 20 or 15 minutes during the day. Daytime naps could boost our heart and brain healthy and reduce our stress much more. Most of us abandoned that practice of midday nap by the time we left preschool, for example, but health experts are now suggesting that the childhood habit could be beneficial for us as adults. For many Americans, getting a full night's sleep is a near impossible task, but adding a nap into our daily routine could have far-reaching health benefits for us. You may ask yourself, where and when? Don't you have enough time to take some nap? This is gonna be a disaster. Not at all. I know it looks like a disaster, maybe. We could come over here at BCIT, for example. There are some spots in front of elevators. We can use them. Have you tried it? It's really comfortable though. Companies are using nap time to increase productivity, such as Google, Facebook, and some small companies. As I said, nap could be a solution. One good solution, good benefit to take some naps during the day is increase our brain functions. For example, two personalities, they usually take some naps during the day are Albert Einstein and Winston Churchill. A second good benefit is help our heart. When we take some naps during the day, for example, our cardiovascular disease decrease. And last but not least, we can reduce our stress. Our current modern age, our body can overreact to non-life threatening situations such as traffic jam, problems at work, or family stress. When our brain senses stress, for example, it initiates the release of epinephrine, is a substance into our blood, and this turns into cortisol, release cortisol to keep our body high alert. But when our body release a certain amount of that substance on our body, it's not health for us and increase the problems with stress. Now I'm going to mesmerize you. Of course, I won't. There are many more benefits to regular napping. A quick snooze in the middle of the day can improve our alertness and reaction time, help us to be less impulsive, and improve our tolerance to frustration. For example, I don't know about you guys, but when I don't sleep, I get for example, I sleep less than I should be. Sometimes I get less patient, An afternoon nap has also been shown to be better than caffeine, for example, and improve our learning and memory consolidation. In my final remarks, I'd like to highlight the timing of our nap is also important. Napping after 3 in the afternoon, for example, could interfere with our ability to fall asleep that night. So attempt to do in it the early afternoon. But you might ask yourself, where? Try to find a quiet and dark place with a comfortable temperature, little distraction to facilitate sleeping. Finally, when your nap is over, allow yourself a few minutes to awake before you attempt to do anything that requires quick response. Our body and minds needs to get rest. Sometimes it may not seem so, but if you want to join good health and earn good grades, for example here at BCIT, it is extremely important to understand our necessity to rest properly.